Alrighty, we're back and played around with the settings a bit, so hopefully the quality's good in OBS. And the Crown Tundra has dropped a few days ago. We got the Crown Pass. I've already played and completed the entirety of the Crown Tundra or the good portion of it on stream during 9.5 hour live stream. I'll leave a link to where that is, if I remember, down below. But to get there, talk to the same man that you went to the Isle of Armor, go to the Crown Tundra station, and going to the Crown Tundra. The Crown Tundra. This must be your first time visiting the Crown Tundra, am I right? I'm researching Pokemon biology around here. A number of ancient and rare Pokemon have been spotted in the Crown Tundra, you see? If I update your Pokedex for you, will you help me research what species appear here? So, about the Pokedex, I've already completed most of it except a few Pokemon such as version exclusives or, well, I won't say the other ones I'm missing just yet. Do your best to complete the new Crown Tundra Pokedex. And so, let's go on a very special journey to the Crown Tundra. Come on, Dad, lay off and quit following me already. Go on a dynamaxed adventure in the Max Land. I don't need you breathing down my neck. I'm here to battle loads and loads of rare Dynamax Pokemon. Don't you fret. I know somewhere way more fun than that musty old place. Get ready for loads of quality time with the coolest dad ever. But a generous and totally unwanted offer. Afraid I've got to say no thanks. So, I still have my current party for a reason. We'll run with Urshifu. In the beginning, what we have to do, talk to them. Come on, Naya, be reasonable, or get ready to be ultra mega embarrassed as I unleash the noble roar of Dad. God, totally got a hard pass on that, thanks. Excuse me, hello, yes, you, the boy over there. My dad is stubborn as steel and he won't leave me alone. Back me up, would you? Yes, we will. Brilliant, have a great time with this geezer then. Now, hold on, lad. Can't say I approve of you butting in blindly. But if I just give you a trouncing, this young lady here ought to see reason. The name's Peony. Brace yourself, I'm pretty ferocious in battle. And he sends out Caparaja. Aren't you a brave one pick a fight with a one-time gym leader? However, we'll just close combat. Not likely that Caparaja will stand a chance against a max attack Urshifu. Not bad at all, but watch out next time, it's my turn. No, it's not. Urshifu was buffered by Hail. Hail! And Aggron. I believe this Pokemon does have Sturdy. I don't believe I have an attack that hits multiple times though. So we'll just Wicked Blow and then close combat. Wow, actually, a wicked blow brought it all the way down to sturdy. And then it's going to restore Citrus Berry, then Body Press. Which still about more than half, but that's fine. Actually, the Aggron's gonna die due to the hail. No, I forgot about the Citrus Berry. We'll just Wicked Blow again. Critical hit. Hail ye. As if, you know, I wouldn't get a critical hit with Wicked Blow. Guess it's not my place to be bragging. 11,000 bucks. Look at me talking a thrashing from a youngster like you. Taking a thrashing. My darling daughter's disappeared. Where have you gone, my sweet Naya? Of course my Naya's the sweetest, darlingest daughter a dad could ask for. I brought her out here so we could have a proper father-daughter trip, first one in ages. And now that we've got here, she grabs the first trainer she finds, makes him a decoy and legs it. That's my dear Naya for you. That's just her backward way of showing her papa she loves him. Yeah, must be. That's the type of girl she is. Ultra mega charming, isn't it? Still, without her, I can't start this event tour of legendary spots I've planned for us. She mentioned wanting to have a gander at some place called the Max Lair, didn't she? Sounds to me like she wants good old Papa to chase after her. Well, she needn't worry. I'm not one for wasting time. Which means it's time I gotta move on. Cheers for a fine battle. I'll be seeing you then, lad. Take care of those strong Pokemon of yours. Unfortunately, I'm going to be boxing most of them. So instead of going to that lair that they want me to go to, I'm going to take my Inteleon, slap these guys in here, and go catch myself a new party. I'll be back with you in a moment. Alrighty, we're back, and by that short little thing of me catching the Pokemons on my team, I got a pretty small team right now. An Aggron, a Whimsicott, and obviously Inteleon. Where we've got a Prankster Whimsicott with Giga Drain, Energy Ball, Moonblast, and Tailwind. While our Aggron is Rockhead with the moves Iron Head, Rock Slide, Double Edge, and Protect. There's a reason why I only have half a party, and we'll find out eventually. Right now we have to do probably one of the greatest features in the Crown Tundra. Please, sir, I can't let you. Oh, I think you can. My precious daughter's in there and I'm going in after her. I understand, sir, but what? I'm here to have an adventure and I want to kick it off right now. I simply can't allow it, sir. Oh, there you are, lad. So you've come after all, have you? Alright. Nothing's alright and everything's the matter. This ultra mega numpty of a scientist insists on getting in my way. Numpty of a... I beg your pardon, sir. If you'd be so good as to simply listen, I could let you through. Dynamaxed adventures are quite fraught with peril, I'm afraid, and... God, I've got no patience for standing here listening to you rattle off the fine print. We're going round in circles. You seem to know this, gentleman. Would you simply listen to my explanation? If so, then I could allow you, the two of you, enter as a pair. And now you're talking. Go on then, let's hear what the good lady's got to say. And then we'll go find my little Naya together, right? Right. You ready to hear the explanation? I've already been addicted to this. That's why I like to hear, mate. I owe you on. Very well, then I will proceed. The max layer is a labyrinth underground caverns where rare Pokemon dwell, the likes of which normally are not found in the Galar region. I'll just pause if you really want to read each one. Alrighty. To avoid the risk of Galar particle overexposure, which can cause your Pokemon to lose control, we have prepared Pokemon for you that are resistant to the particle's effect. Right, I follow you. You're saying you don't want Galar losing control, so the Pokemon rent some particles and we might see a rare overexposure. That was stunningly incorrect, sir. This is in a dangerous place. Please make sure you've a firm grasp of the rules. I'm still a touch lost, but that's the type of place this is, eh? Right, sounds like this is a bit beyond me, so I'll just go on in and get cracking. Here comes Papa, my darling Naya. Sir, no, I've just told you it's too dangerous. What is going on with that man? He looks so much like the Chairman Rose, but his attitude doesn't match the Chairman's at all. Well, when you're ready to go chase him down, pardon me, I meant when you're ready to begin your Dynamax adventures, please let me know. So, I'm not catching any of the legendaries in this game because, well, I don't talk about it much on recording, but I love shiny hunting. I don't have a wide range of shinies, but I do enjoy it. So I want to shiny hunt in this game, shiny hunt the legendary, so I'm not going to get the legendaries in this game. I'm getting them in the other game so I can count them to the Pokedex, but they don't actually count in the Crown Tundra Pokedex, so I'm just holding off on that. Alrighty, let's do this. If you go on a Dynamax adventure, I will provide you with Dynite Ore as a reward. I'll also allow you to keep just one of the Pokemons you catch along the way. Would you like to embark on a Dynamax adventure? Yes, please. The question is, am I going to do it online right now? No, I'm going to do it offline for the first time, just like I did on Shield. Would you like to save your adventure so far? Yes. You're still new to Dynamax adventures. That's a lie. So we suggest trying them alone. For your knowledge, game, I have 400 Dynite ore already. I'm still gonna invite others. Let me do that. Nah. We'll just do the static Pokemon encounter, which is always a Suicune. I didn't mean to be. Don't mind me struggling. I keep doing this. So, alrighty. So for this one, because I know what type it is, I'm going to choose Jellicent because of Water Absorb. Got a Scolipede, a Minchow, and a Poltegeist. So everybody chose from the middle category. And none of those are good for me. However, that encounter is always a Suicune. Going to not catch it. But I will choose one of the other ones if they're good. First encounter, a Cheerum. You just have to do one. It's one mandatory Dynamax adventure. I'm going to Dynamax and Max Hailstorm. It might try setting up a sunny day, which I want to prevent. And the interesting part about this is your Pokemon's health and power points transfer over between battles. It'll lower that. That's better. So it's set up grassy terrain, which is not good for me. However, that Cheerum is toxic. And we also got the hail set. And that's the end of the turn. So Pokemon health is very important in this game. The reason I went with Jellicent is because of the fact that of the ability Water Absorb. Oh, so close. And there we go. I will still catch the Pokemons because the odds are for it to be a shiny with the shiny charm, like I do, are 1 in 100. And the Pokemon's catch rate is also 100%. So, you can get a about like a 1 in 25 chance of getting it. Obviously, there has been people who found like 2, 3 shinies in one raid. We can deal with a Nidoking or Queen. I don't know which one that is, or a Ghost. However, there's a Backpacker, which means I can buy or grab something. Not technically buy, but grab something. And I can grab a Grassy Seed, a Psychic Seed, Focus Band, Citrus Berry, or Life Orb. I'm going to grab the Citrus Berry because I don't think the Life Orb would be good on Jellicent, and the other ones are not very good for this team. What is a Nidoqueen? So we'll Icy Wind to slow it down. And he used Wide Guard, which is perfect if it tries using Earthquake. No clue why you set this on though. Ah, Cheerum's Flower Gift. I completely forgot about that. So it did have Sunny Day, which is good. My my physical attack fell, which is not that big of a deal, because I'm using special attack. I'm just gonna spam Icy Wind and save my Moonblast for whatchamacallit, for Suicune. That did not do a lot of damage. And it didn't even get burned, which is beautiful. Means I used Wide Guard for potential Earthquake. Psyshock. And then Icy Wind's going to finish off the Nidoqueen. Oh, that was even a crit too. Beautiful. And then Icy Wind. So the nice part is, instead of shaking 3 times like a typical Dynamax raid, it only shakes once and then it catches. Unless you're on the final Pokemon, where then it will shake 3 times. So we can either deal with an Abomasnow or a Seal. Neither one's good for us. So we're going to do this path because she can either heal your entire team up or give you one Pokemon that you can swap. However, I'm pretty content with my Jellicent And that's an okay Pokemon. I don't remember. She went from a Nidoking, or Nidoqueen, which is actually a better upgrade because she'll resist or be neutral against water type attacks. So we're dealing with a Celio. And I get a Dynamax. However, I'm going to have to use some Max Starfall against it because I don't have anything super effective against it. You have to also keep an eye on your power points, because a Pokemon can run out of power points throughout the entire raid. And typically you won't be trying to use the same Pokemon throughout the entirety of the game. That dealt like no damage. That dealt a good amount of damage. Max Starfall sets up the Misty Terrain, which I don't know if my team... I think one of them had some form of a seed. Yeah, okay, so one of them had the Misty Seed. And it tried using Swagger, which failed because of the Misty Terrain. Oscar's... or the... I don't remember the name. The crab dude. The Barbarical, that's right. Is using Skull Bash, which is actually a very powerful move. And is perfect against this because of... oh, even better, Sunny Day. Which is perfect against an Ice type because it's a Rock type move. And oh, did it kill it though? But Poltegeist will. Nice. Alright, so far we're doing pretty good. We catch with a regular Pokeball because it is a 100% catch rate, so no matter what type of ball you use, it's 100%. But I do like using Premier Balls on the legendaries. That is one thing I do like doing. I've played the Dynamax Adventures for a while now, and I've only found one shiny. I don't want to switch. Fair enough. So we battled 3 regular Pokemons. I'm for Suicune. The first encounter... that's loud. The first encounter is always a Suicune. And that ability is annoying. And I believe Suicune is fast, so I'm gonna Trick Room. Yes. And Sunny Day is perfect. Because it likes using water and ice types, so as long as it doesn't do Max Geyser or Ice Beam or Max Hailstorm, we're good. And the legendaries tend to be very, very tanky. So now because of Trick Room, Suicune will move last because that's the fastest Pokemon on the field. That dealt a lot for Skull Bash. And then Solar Beam, because of the sun, is a 1-turn move. And Liquidation... however, Poltegeist speed increases, which is not very good. However, we've already got the Suicune pretty low on health. As long as we continue, you know, Solar Beaming and Giga Draining, we should be good. So that is okay that it changed the weather. And then Poltegeist used Giga Drain. Suicune is getting desperate, which means it will attack multiple times in 1 turn now, I believe. So we're going to Dynamax and Max Starfall to prevent... I don't think Suicune can, like, put you to sleep, but like Swagger or Encore. I don't think it can do those. So I'm pretty sure that the terrain won't matter too much. However, it still has a large amount of damage being output. Okay, maybe not. It's like, it's gonna be a large amount. It does like fractional damage. Yeah, freaking Skull Bash did more damage. Even better is it's trying to use water types in the sun, which makes it super weak. Also doesn't help that it's attacking a grass type Pokemon with a water type move. Max Starfall, and it's so close. It should end with another Solar Beam. Absorb Light, and Suicune's down. So I am going to catch the Suicune in a Premier Ball. If I have any, that is. Yes, 19 Premier Balls. However, you can still find the Suicune as long as you don't take it. Obviously, you know, if it's shiny, take it. But it's a 1 in 100 odds, so it's the highest odd shiny hunting method in any game so far. Because the best method up to this point was the Masuda method, which is breeding with a foreign Ditto. So that Chirm's not shiny, that Nidoqueen's not shiny, that Cielio's not shiny, and that Suicune's not shiny. So as long as you don't pick the legendary or don't pick any of the Pokemons, like I'm going to do, you can still find the legendary Pokemon. And she'll actually ask you afterwards if you want to keep that Pokemon recorded, which means you can continuously find that one specific Pokemon until you find the shiny. Hang on, I recognize you. Are you here for a Dynamax adventure too? Wicked. I guess we're on the same wavelength. I'm Peonia. I've never figured out how to actually properly pronounce that. Peonia. Nice to properly meet you. What about you? What's your name? I'm Taboo. Wow, that's a perfect name for you. It really suits you. So is my dad on his way here too? I haven't seen him. Has he got turned around? And wound up back at the entrance. Listen, sorry for using you to distract my old man back there. He's as stubborn as a mud braid. Things go all right after I left. What? You beat my old man? You sure pulled a blinder there. He used to be a gym leader, you know. Even on holiday, he's no pushover. You know, my dad was going mad with excitement for this trip. He kept going on about how he'd planned for us to check out local legends on this super intense event tour, as he calls it. But I mean, come on, what a girl my age would be caught dead doing some naff thing like that with her dad? Besides, I really fancy having more battles with Dynamax Pokemons. The thrills of battling one of those massive towering Pokemons. Just thinking about it gets me pumped. You know what? I've just had a thought. You're a pretty fierce trainer, right? Then I bet you could handle taking my place on my old man's adventure. Like great fun. Too right it does. It's a brilliant idea if I do say so myself. He's so hyped about all this, I'd be ashamed to just leave him on his own. And who knows, you could end up running into a legendary Pokemon. How about I meet you up with you two after I've had my own fun with the Max Lair? Go on then, enjoy your twosome tour of legends. Tell my old man the deal and all that. One thing I do want to make clear before I continue is on that screen, there's a lot of confusion about the whole shiny Pokemon. don't need to inspect individual Pokemons. You can just hover over each one and it will show if it's shiny or not, just by looking at it. Obviously, some of them are kind of difficult to tell if they're shiny. You might have to check then, but if it's pretty obvious, you'll see it just on that main screen where you can select your Pokemons. Oi. Ugh, it hurts. It ultra mega hurts. Naya! Where's my darling Naya? What happened? This fine gentleman appears to have tripped on a rock and struck his head. Adventures aren't to be taken lightly. I've learned that firsthand now. Firsthand, I mean. I was just checking to see if my little girl was behind some rocks, and look how I've ended up. Behind some rocks? Is your daughter really Coley, sir? There we go, I'm up. No little bump's gonna keep me down long. That kip's got me feeling right as rain. How about it then, lad? Did you find my darling Naya? I did, but... you don't say. So my dear Naya is set on staying awake till she had her fill of Dynamaxed adventure stuff. And she wants the two of us to go ahead and get cracking on the Grand Peony event tour. You know, I burned the candle at both ends, working out the best itinerary I could for my dear Naya's sake. But I guess she's at the age where she doesn't want her old man tagging along all the time. Trying to press her into doing what I want to do probably won't win me any Dad of the Year awards. Right then. What's your name, kid? Cheers, Taboo. My name's Peony. Wait, have I already told you so? Then it's twice as nice to meet you. You got Peony's league card. You put the league card in your album. Let's have ourselves such a smashing adventure that my dear Niall be itching to join us in the fun. Yes, let's. Now that's an ultra mega great response, just what I was hoping to hear. We're going to have ourselves a real treat of a legendary Pokemon hunt. So that's decided now then, Taboo. Let's get ourselves to Freezington. It's a town just a short ways off. Time for a strategic plan and meeting for Peony's event tour. I'll fill you in on the details once you get there. I'll say, let us reconvene post haste. I just pulling your leg. Can you imagine if I actually talked like that? He's always so full of energy. I don't want to pull out my bike. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Also, it takes 200 Dynamite ore to buy a ability patch, which allows you to change a Pokemon's ability to its hidden ability, which is marvelous. So I'm going to definitely later try getting the ability patch for my Anteleon. I'll be back once I reach Freezington. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful landscape. Beautiful little town. Hello, hello. What have we here? Another visitor? I'm the mayor of this fair town of Freezington. I must say, it's a surprise to have visitors arriving in our out-of-the-way town, one after another. May you be here to learn about the legends of the King of Bountiful Harvest as well? Sure. Never mind, it hardly bears asking. After all, there's very little otherwise to attract visitors to our sleepy corner of the region, which is a bit of a shame, really. People come all this way to investigate what turns out to be a mere fairy tale. But since you've made it to the journey, I must offer you this Freezington specialty as a memento. The boat neck sweater. It's a shirt emblazoned with the likeness of the King of Bountiful Harvests. I'm afraid it hasn't sold quite as well as we'd hoped. We've got a fair number left over. The illustration based on an extremely ancient account of the king's appearance, hence the unusually sized head. But we thought it might make the design a touch more hip, as they say. If you like to see what the king really looked like, I suggest you take a look at that statue by the fields in the center of our village. By the by, while you're here in the Crown Tundra, feel free to let your lead Pokemon out of its ball and take it for a stroll. Farewell for now. So yes, the Pokemons do follow you. Oi! Over here. He gives you 3 side missions. Or not 3 side missions, but 3 missions. We're going to complete them in order. So that will be grand. Ah, here you are. This pokey little place will be our lodgings. But as this moment, it's also something far more important, our base camp. I know, not much of a base camp is it? Still, we've got to give it a proper air of importance, haven't we? Now, enough faffing about Taboo. Let me let me tell you what the Peony Exploration Team is after. Around here, they've got a fair few strange and mysterious legends. For example, a huge-headed Pokemon known as the King of Bountiful Harvest. Not to mention a massive red tree where legendary flying Pokemon gather. And furthermore, these great hulking dot-faced giants that sleep in some ruins or something, etc. See what I mean? This place is just bursting with juicy legends. And we're not stopping until we've found just how much truth they've got to them. And there you have it. We are the Peony Exploration Team. And this is our grand, noble, magnificent goal. Of course, if I had my way, I'd be doing this with my darling Naya. But who knows? They say even chancy meetings can lead to blissy-full friendships. So here's the Grand Adventure Expedition Chief Taboo. Chief? Obviously. Look, what do you think would happen if the two of us went gallivanting off together? My dear Naya could come along for a grand emotional reunion and find this place empty. Just the thought of it. My own darling daughter sitting alone in this room, pinning for her papa. God, nope, not on my watch. I'll never let that happen. So I'll be on the hold down the fort chief. Which means you get the pleasure of being the expedition chief. Which brings me to this. Go on, have it. Expedition uniform, which I will be running with. Because it fits the theme very well. Ah, look at that. Fits you like a glove. I brought some spare uniforms so my daughter Naya would have a few to change into. So there's enough to give you one. If you ever need to change or have a kit, by all means, just head into the bedroom back here. I've got some different colored scarves in there, so switch it up if you fancy a bit of a style, which I am. Here, have these two. Legendary Clue 1, which we'll be doing first. Legendary Clue 2, which we'll be doing in another episode, which is the Legendary Giants. And Legendary Clue 3, which we might do in the same episode as Legendary Clue 2. A clue about the legend of bird Pokemons. It's written by Peony and has a unique drawing. There are legendary clues I've meticulously compiled for ours and dedicated tele-watching. First off, why not have a look at that clue about the King of Bountiful Harvest? Seems like this king's bond with his loyal steed, or whatever you call it. Run proper deep. Or whatever you call it. Run proper... Or Jesus. I'm skipping... I went back a line. So if I had to name this expedition, I'd call it... The Sacred Bonds of Sovereign and Steed. There's a great big statue of it bang in the middle of the village. Though its head isn't as massive as in my notes. You want to change back into your regular clothes? No need to change. Time to investigate the legend surrounding the Crown Tundra. I just had an idea. Here's a little something to help you out. You get a second Master Ball. This is supposed to be one of those ultra mega corker of a ball. Use it wherever you think you ought to. I got it ages ago from somebody I used to know. Never could bring myself to use it though. If you ever get a bit turned around, come back to me or come on back to the base camp anytime. You can't miss it. Just look for the adventure crew frag I stuck out in front. Homemade by yours truly. Anyways, I suppose that's that. Let the grand adventure begin. Have a smashing time out there. Alrighty. However, I'm going to have to call it an episode. So I hope you enjoyed. I will see you. Gotta do my next time. Goodbye.